What up? And welcome to another episode of From the Script to the Screen, My Hero Academia Edition. Episode 19 of Season 7 is out now, so as always, you guys already know, gotta give a shout out to the creator, Kohei Horikoshi. I want to give a shout out to the studio, Bones. Appreciate all parties involved. Another phenomenal episode. They covered a lot of chapters this week. 386 to 391, jumping into volume 39, who honestly has the last stars of the show with Ochako, Todoroki, and All Might. Getting into the episode, you guys see that Dabi is still wreaking havoc on the battlefield, and in this specific instance, the fact that he's been accumulating, generating so much heat at the point of his explosion, when his body really can't contain it anymore, a lot of the area would be caught in the blast. So they're showing us the evacuation sites and people trying to basically escape the danger zone. Now, mix this in with the fact that All For One already had people mixed in here that were planning on sabotaging these evacuation sites anyway. So that leads us to All Might, Todoroki, and Ida, because like he tells them, they're really the only people that would be able to get there in time and actually be able to do something. We already know that the heroes were running thin, and we see the police chief have a little bit of a meltdown because there's no backup, nobody that would be able to step into space. He doesn't want the two demon lords coming together with All For One and Shigaraki meeting up. So as always, like I always tell you guys, another special moment for the kids. We know just how much the kids are aspiring to be heroes, and so they're always trying to push themselves to try to help out the scene. So we see that they rush over, and we know that the combination of Todoroki and Ida is perfect because they're able to help each other in multiple ways. We've seen him make surfaces sleeker for him to travel faster. We know that he's able to cool him down, so he's able to go faster, longer. And now that Todoroki's getting better with his quirk himself, he's able to not only cool him down, but also heat up the air like we see in the scene so that there's less friction. So they were able to travel at jet speeds. Another amazing feat by the two boys. So shout out to Class 1A as always. And again, just like the police chief says, All Might for being the great example to the kids. He's always been massive in his showing as a hero, so it's nice to see. That leads us to All Might, because even though we didn't get to see it fully, and I'll leave it at that, we do see that he does stand up to All For One and has some sort of transformation preparing itself to fight him. So I'm looking forward to seeing when they're actually going to show that. There's only a couple episodes left, but as you can see, I'm looking forward to another round of All For One versus All Might. But that leaves us with the end of the episode. Another emotional scene with the Todoroki family, because we see that not only his mother, but his brother and sisters have also rushed to the center of the scene, trying to cool everything down so that it won't be such casualties to innocent bystanders. I actually like this shot that they got a family on the back of the manga. Something that they left out, but I'm pretty sure that they'll throw in, is a little bit of the background on the family. But it's something that we already know. The fact that families, to try to increase their notoriety and also to create longevity and expand their bloodline, mixed quirks, and that was the experiment between Endeavor and Ray. Of course, Todoroki being the successful one, it didn't work for everybody else, but in a special scene with Dabi and Endeavor, we see that Ray's quirk actually has manifested itself. Like Endeavor says, just in human nature, flight or fight response, the fact that Dabi's heated up his body to such an extreme temperature, a cooling factor has finally produced itself. So it's pretty cool, pretty amazing to see. You can only imagine what would have happened if he wasn't led toward the other side. And so even though there were circumstances that led to that, it still makes you wonder what could have been, because Dabi is so strong. But definitely gotta end it with my favorite panel of the week. shout out to Ray, and we know that she's the originator of the ice quirk. It coming from her, it's her family lineage. Todoroki's really the only one that has enough power to be able to cool things down. So we see him use Great Glacier again. So big shout out to everybody that made it possible. They were able to stop the explosion, and so there's not going to be no innocent bystanders. And so we'll have to see what happens next week. Looking forward to it. Things are wrapping up, but as always, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Been a phenomenal season once again. Shout out to Bones. I wasn't even expecting this stuff to get covered this fast. And the fact that they're covering so much has been great. So salute. Till next time. Peace.